Stewie makes some plays today defensively. Comes over, right hand.
Oh, that hand does hit the face on the follow-through, though.
Breanna Stewart goes to block Caitlin Clark's shot. And what does the referee do? Stands there, watches Caitlin Clark get whacked in the head.
Later in the same game, Breanna Stewart blocked a Clark layup, and on the way down, her hand caught Clark clean across the face. The referee was standing right there. He watched the whole thing happen. No whistle, no review, no flagrant, nothing.
The Indiana Fever cruised to another victory against the New York Liberty. A few things that stood out to me, I just don't understand. How does everybody get calls? Breanna Stewart, Kelsey Mitchell, but Caitlin Clark, you could literally grab her face and they don't call a foul.
So let me ask you this right now. Do you believe Caitlin Clark is being officiated differently from everyone else? Comment Y for yes. Just type the letter Y below, because after you see everything the referees called against Indiana and what they somehow refused to call, it becomes very difficult to believe this was just one innocent mistake. The Fever still walked out of Gainbridge Fieldhouse with a 20-point win over one of the best teams in the league, but nobody's talking about the score today. They're talking about what the referees didn't call.
The WNBA officials, the referees last night, they were egregious. We have a dude, number 42, Rich Jelly Bean or String Bean or Lima Bean, watching Caitlin Clark go up for a layup and get slapped across the face by Breanna Stewart. Now, in fast motion, watching from my TV, I didn't see her get slapped in the face. But the only difference is I'm watching from my TV. Another difference is I don't get paid to watch for things like that. The referee's job is while players are going up to the rim, going up for layups, is to look at all forms of contact, all forms of possible contact.
And once you see how the entire night played out, you'll understand exactly why this is blowing up right now. Let's start from the top because this game went sideways almost immediately. 90 seconds in, Clark ran into a screen set by Jonquel Jones. Clark thought it was illegal, a moving screen, and she said so, loudly, right to the referee. That earned her a technical foul.
You could push her in midair, which we saw in this game. They don't call a foul. And then we have Jonquel Jones. In Caitlin Clark's rookie year, she set a screen so hard on Caitlin Clark, it ruptured her eardrum. And then she sets one of those screens where Caitlin Clark was obviously blindsided. And you hear the announcer say that was a good screen. I don't care if she was still or not. She was bent over, leaning forward where her shoulder blade went into Caitlin Clark's face. That's not a good screen. They need to protect Caitlin Clark.
Her 6th of the season. For most players, that's just an early flare-up. For Clark, it's become part of a pattern. But then things got worse. The Liberty went on a 5-0 run. And on back-to-back Fever possessions, Clark and Aaliyah Boston were both called for offensive fouls trying to create space. First Clark catching a handoff and trying to get to her spot. Then Boston seconds later on a steal, trying to shrug off a defender on the way up the floor. 2 Fever players, 2 whistles, back-to-back. The Gainbridge Fieldhouse crowd did not take it well. They booed, loudly. One reporter courtside described it as the crowd getting restless as the calls piled up against the home team. At that point, you could feel it. This wasn't just one bad whistle fans were going to forget by halftime. This was building into something, and the Fever hadn't even gotten to the worst part of their night yet. That's when things stopped being about 2 questionable whistles and turned into something much bigger. Later in the game, Clark drove into traffic and put up a layup. Breanna Stewart rose up to meet her at the rim and blocked the shot clean. That part isn't in question. Nobody's mad about the block. It's what happened next. As Stewart's hand came down, it swept across Clark's face. Not a shove, not an elbow, but contact to the face. On camera, in real time.
At this play, Caitlin Clark, how much longer are we going to have to deal with this? Caitlin Clark goes up for the layup, gets absolutely slapped in the face. Should have been a flagrant foul, but nope. Not even a common foul. They're saying she was getting abused last night. Take a look at this. Caitlin Clark goes up for it. There's no body contact. So there's no body contact at all. So at this point, what should the official be looking at? The follow through, right? What should the official be looking at? There's no possible body contact at this. So the official should be looking at the upper part of her body. Is there a contact on the hand? Is there contact on the head? Is there contact on the shoulder? Where are there possible points of contact? And unfortunately for Caitlin Clark, the possible point in contact happens to be on her face, right on her head. Caitlin Clark grabs her nose, goes down, play on. Again, it's not my job. It's this dude's job to look for that. I'm watching from a TV screen. I'm watching from an itty bitty TV screen. This guy is literally 6.5 feet away from the play taking place. And I'm supposed to believe he doesn't see Caitlin Clark get whacked in the head?
And directly behind the play was referee Roy Gulbayan with a clear look at exactly what happened. He didn't call it. No foul, no review sent up, no flagrant. The game just kept moving like nothing happened. But social media didn't let it go that easily. One widely shared reaction summed up what a lot of fans were thinking in real time. Stewie follows through on a clean block and claws Caitlin in the eye. No review.
It's like the whole system is just beefing with her. Olivia Miles has a police escort through the lane to the basket. Caitlin is challenged even if she has her defender beat. Here's the thing. She literally watched her hand hit her face. She knew what she... Yeah, not saying it's intentional, but the gap between what gets reviewed and what doesn't when it involves Clark is wide enough now that it's a legitimate pattern, not a one-off. Yeah, it's a legitimate pattern. It's not a one-off at all. Yeah, if I'm Caitlin Clark and I'm getting whacked like this and fouls aren't getting called in my favor, yeah, I would probably be pissed at the referees too.
And here's the part that makes this bigger than one missed call. This isn't the first time this season fans have questioned whether Clark gets the same whistle everyone else does. It's been a storyline all year, how much contact she absorbs and how often officials let it slide. This one just happened to get caught on an angle where there was zero doubt about what viewers were seeing. A block, then a hand across the face, then silence. Meanwhile, on the other end of the floor, Aaliyah Boston was fighting foul trouble of her own, picking up her fourth personal early in the fourth quarter. 2 Fever starters, 2 different foul situations in the same game, same referee crew under the microscope, and it kept happening in front of a home crowd that was already primed to boo the second another whistle went against Indiana. By the fourth quarter, this game wasn't about the Liberty anymore. It was about every single call the officials were making or refusing to make every time a Fever player touched the ball. Here's the thing that makes this whole night so hard to wrap your head around. Despite every one of these moments, the early technical, the back-to-back offensive fouls, the no call to the face, the Fever still crushed the Liberty, 108-88, 20 points, against a genuinely good New York team. So why is everyone still talking about the officiating instead of the win? Because the pattern matters more than any single game. When a referee is standing right in front of a play, watching a hand connect with a star player's face and chooses not to blow the whistle, fans notice. And when it happens in the same game as a questionable technical and a pair of borderline offensive fouls against the same team, it stops looking like bad luck. It starts looking like a trend. That's exactly why a fresh breakdown video picking apart the replay and the officiating crew is climbing right now. People aren't just annoyed, they want answers. They want to know if this gets looked at, if anything changes, or if it's business as usual next time Clark drives into contact. And that's really the tension here. On paper, this was a great night for the Fever, a blowout win over a top team, on the road to nowhere, but up in the standings. But you can win by 20 and still walk away with fans more focused on the referees than the box score. That's exactly what happened Saturday night. The final score said one thing. The replay said something else entirely. The Fever won big. Clark kept playing through all of it. But the story coming out of Gainbridge Fieldhouse isn't the final score. It's a referee who watched a hand hit Caitlin Clark in the face and decided there was nothing to see. What do you think?